Hello, brothers and sisters of light and dark. Welcome, welcome, welcome to my live stream. Okay, of course, this is about let's talk, chat, and discuss. We talk about anything and everything under the sun. Anyone who has any questions or comments or suggestions, you can put it down below. Here with me right now from Vietnam. His name is Lee Man. And of course, nice to meet you. And of course, I've known you for quite some time. Um, as a matter of fact, what I'm going to do here, I'm going to have to, you know what I forgot to do? I forgot to post this on the Facebook. Now, hold on for just a moment. I'm going to post it on Facebook just a moment. And so
Yes,
how was your day in the meantime? How was your day?
today I think I'm so good. So
Okay.
my daily routine today is as usual. I I still stay at home.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah. Can you see me? Can you still see me?
Yeah, I can see you
Yeah. Hold on.
very
Yeah.
obvious.
I'm going to try to do this little manipulation here. I'm going to try to split screen and try to post it on my public page because I want to see how this works. And I'm pretty sure it should work. Okay. Okay, split screen. Boom. Okay. Can you still see me now?
Yeah, I can see you.
Okay, let me see. Right now I got split screen mode on, which is pretty good. I haven't used it too much on my phone, but it's fairly simple. But it might blot out a little bit. Just hold the moment here. Okay. Join my live. Okay, join my live. Join my live right now. Okay. And I'm going to put down. Okay. Boop. Boop. Post. Okay. Okay, let's see. Can you still see me? Lee Men?
Yeah, I still see you. Very
Okay.
obvious.
Okay. Very clear. Very clear.
They're very clear.
All right. There we go. I posted it. Now everybody can see it. Okay, now I'm back. So my day so far is okay. And I was hoping that everything is fine with you with this COVID running. How is everything in your country so far?
So in this moment, I think everything is coming to be everything is coming to be normal in my countries. So we don't have any new cases that infected in our public areas. Yes. So I think our government has controlled very well the pandemics for the 2 ways. Yes. So the last time that we locked down is about I think 4 months ago. Yes. And we open every provinces, every areas normally from the beginning of May, and since then we didn't lock down anymore.
Oh, okay.
Yes,
Yeah,
but
right now, what's going on in America right now is we're going through election time right now. And there may be war regardless of which way you look at it, regardless if it's Trump or Biden. I believe that white America needs Trump and the Republican Tea Party needs Trump. But of course, there are always those individuals who always are looking for a handout and like to cause trouble, which is more on the Democratic Party. Lots of trouble usually occurs. Do you know what happens in America if you wore a red hat representing the president of the United States right now? Do you know what will happen to you?
yes, I understand in Americans they are electing the president, the new president, right?
Yeah.
Between Biden and Donald Trump.
I
Yes.
said, do you know what would happen to you if you wore a red hat that says "Make America Great"? Do you know what will happen to you if you wore that in the wrong area?
In the wrong area.
The wrong area means that you're walking down the streets. Doesn't matter where in America. You're wearing a red hat, which represents Trump. Okay. The red hat represents Trump and it says, let's make America great. That's what Trump is about, making America great and protecting the borders of America. That's his whole entire agenda, to keep foreign illegals out of the country and to also to support, the country's, weaknesses. Okay. And so
Yes.
if you walk down the wrong area and you have a hat on that says "Make America Great," someone may try to hurt you or throw things at you. They may try to offend you or they try to put their hands on you. And they're called terrorists. Okay,
Yeah.
so to make America great, they only pushing the agenda for Trump to actually get reelected. That's all, because Democrats are making themselves look like terrorists. Okay,
Yeah.
have you heard about any news in your country about the elections?
So actually, I often reading the news every day in the morning, and I know tomorrow they will have a result, right, about election. But I'm not sure who will win. I'm not sure. Yes. But
Hmm.
in my opinion, in so majority people in my country, they will think maybe Donald Trump maybe will win one more time. That's majority people in my country, they will think so. Maybe Donald
Yeah,
Trump is elected. Yes.
but people don't do their research when they vote. They really don't. Most Americans don't do any research. But if you just find some research, you automatically know, oh, Biden didn't do anything for the Black Lives Matter community. He didn't do anything. Okay, but Trump has done more for the Black community than Biden. Okay, so they're trying to attach this stigma to either or. I don't believe they're trying to attach the As a matter of fact, Trump has actually made some agreements with Ice Cube, which you probably don't know who he is. He's a rapper, a well-known rapper in America, and he sings about rap music, gangsters, and stuff like that. And he's an entrepreneur. He's pretty intelligent. He's bipartisan. Bipartisan means that you don't choose any side. Okay, bi means dull. Okay, you're not on no one's side. And so far, Trump's administration had a discussion with Ice Cube, and the Democrats haven't made no discussion at so whatsoever. So obviously, that's a red flag for the democracy, Democrats. I truly believe that people who are Democratic are very lazy. They're only looking for handouts. They don't know how to do it. They're just too lazy. Mainly single mothers out there. It's mainly single mothers.
So, Mr. Mandel, so I just want to ask you a question. You support for Democracy Party or other one, or for Donald Trump?
I'm
So
more of a
who?
conservative. I like to think the way the things are now, but I'm more on the Republican side as well. So I'm more right brained. Okay, I do believe in a lot of things that most Americans don't believe in. I believe in strict rules and regulations. I believe in all of that stuff. That mainly I call it white America. I believe in white America because it's not because of me being a coon or anything. It's just that there are different races amongst us. Like, for example, I'll give you a great example. When white people enter an African country, guess what happens to them when they become experts at farming? They get booted out. They get kicked out of the neighborhood. And so in African countries, when they see these white people taking over because of their knowledge, then they get upset. You know what I have to say about Africans working? I think we should just work together. Everybody can work together. Everybody's different. And that's a problem with most Africans. It doesn't matter if you're black or brown. It's all about genetics. And the strongest is the fittest. That's how I see it. You know the thing I really gets on my nerve about Africans in America is that African Americans are worth $2 trillion, right? Okay. So why can't they just help one another in the hood to help them get out of the country to start anew in another country? See? Don't complain about white America. Okay, they already got systems in place setting you up. Everyone's going to be a modern day slave. A modern day slave to me is someone who works for money. It doesn't matter the amount. Okay, it's just you're working for money, and it's all started with Abraham Lincoln. Okay, so he can free the slaves. Emancipation Proclamation. Okay, proclamation. And so after the slaves were freed from the South, okay, most likely, there was a war. Okay, and that's why we got this modern day slavery. It's all about capitalism. Capitalism moves mountains. And whoever got the most capital in the world is the winner. Whoever controls the water is the winner.
So, do you think the election can affect your life for the next time?
You say what?
So, do you think the election will affect to your life in next
Well,
time?
it doesn't, no president really going to help out. Who is this? That's my daughter. Okay, that's my daughter trying to call me. Hold on just a moment here. Let me put that on mute here. Okay, there we go. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay, hold on. I got. Hello, can you hear me now?
I can hear you, but the sound
Yeah, it's
seems
kind of low. Hold
slow
on.
down.
Whenever
Yeah.
someone calls, it does that. So let me recycle the. Hello, can you hear me now? Can you hear me now?
Yes, it's very loudly. It's very loud.
Yeah, I had to refresh the page. Okay. But other than that, I believe that I don't know what's going to happen. I think it's a 50-50 thing. I think that people who mail in their ballots, okay, people who mail in their ballots, it's more like allowing Biden to win because people are lazy. They don't want to go. Trump's trying to push for people to go in person, okay, while Biden is trying to get things mailed, okay. And I don't trust the mailing system, okay. You mailing it's in the mail, and they can interfere with your ballot. They can interfere with the mailing system, okay.
Yes.
Hello.
Yeah, I understand. I understand a little bit.
Yeah, hold on for just a moment. My daughter's keep trying to call. Hello, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay. Yep. So other than that, I just believe that it's up in the air. I don't know if Trump wins, everybody's going to either commit suicide or
Suicide.
yeah, suicide, or they keep talking about he's not going to get reelected. So I said, you never know what's going to happen. Trump is not stupid now. But what do you think about this election? Do you think Trump is going to win, or you think Biden's going to win?
So I think Donald Trump could be have big chance to win than Blinken. I think so. I don't know why, but I think Donald Trump is the billionaire and he's professional in business in his business, and he knows very good in economic, and and his status is to make America great again. Yes, and I think he represent for many businessmen in America who want to struggle with China's economic, with China business, to raise American grit once again. I I think so. So I think majority people who are doing business in America will support for Donald Trump, except uh, I think except immigration will don't like Donald Trump, because if Donald Trump is elected one more time, they maybe will move to another country to live, because I know the policy of Donald Trump, they don't support uh, the other people.
Well, this is what Trump supports: keeping illegals out of the country.
Yeah,
He wants the illegals not to be in the country, and also this COVID. He protects the country by keeping countries from entering the country. He's not really against immigration. Just use common sense on that. Also, another thing too, business. Like you just said, business is a booming thing in America, and Biden is really against people who are wealthy. He said it himself. I think that struck him down right there. He said a whole lot of rappers are joining Trump because simply because all what Biden said. He said, I'm going to tax greatly those who are the middle class and probably above. 65%. That's a lot today. So I think Biden is going to lose simply because of that. Okay.
Yeah. So I heard from many people who are living in America for a long time. They said in America. We have two ways for choose. We have just two ways for choose. So the first way, you can become a millionaire or billionaire, or you just a person who live in poverty. But because if you are middle class, if you are in middle class, you need to pay taxes very much for government. So they just says there are two ways should choose in America to become a millionaire or just a person who live in poverty. Yes. So I heard many people say like that, who who are living in America for a long time.
Mm-hmm.
Yes,
I
but I
believe.
don't.
I believe that people who are middle class are just well off because they work for big corporations and businesses and stuff. But I do believe that if you make a certain amount, that's how much they should take. It depends on how much you're making. If you're making 100,000 a year, that's too much money. If you're making, to me, even if you're making 50,000 a year, that's a lot of freaking money. That's a freaking lot of money to me because your house, you only paying a small payment. How much are you? How much more? If you got a car payment, a mortgage, and you're putting some money away, you still have money left over. Think about that. Okay, and the money I make, I don't even make. I'm poor compared to that $50,000. Okay, but I'm like that. The little bit of money I'm making, I already have. I already put. Already, I'm paying on a car down payment for a car. I don't even have a mortgage. But think about that. I have a nice car, and I'm paying the money. I'm I'm um, I'm, um, I'm leasing a car until I'm paid off for it, financing a car. But lots of people are complaining that about $50,000 and they want to get taxed. Think about how greedy America is. Mostly white America. I told you this.
So for me, from my side, actually, I researched many information about historical America, and I know in the past, America is a great country about production. They product many kinds of goods, but right after that, when America is great, is want to be wealthy, want to be richer, they want to move company to other country, to other country, to reduce the problem of pollution. Yes, so that's why the Chinese, they get a chance, they get a chance, a big chances to represent the America, to product goods, and they export around the world. So that's why Donald Trump, they want to come back. They want to get companies, yeah, in the foreign countries to come back his hometown in America. In America, and they want
Yeah,
to.
you're gonna have to slow down, okay? When you talk very fast, all your words is kind of getting jumbled a little bit, okay? So
Yeah,
whatever words that you have a problem with, just practice more because sometimes I lose you in translation when you
yeah,
speak. Okay, so you
yeah,
need to practice more English. Slow
yeah,
down. Slow
yeah, yeah,
down.
yeah. I will try.
Yeah,
So I think,
use simpler words. Don't use complex words.
yeah,
Use other words and replace other harder words.
yeah. So I think Mr. Donald Trump are trying to get the company, the American companies in other countries to come back America, and by this way can create many new jobs for American. I think so. I think this is his policy. Yes. So as I know, if a country want to be richer, want to be wealthy, that country need to product by themselves. So that's product everything, every goods, and provide to citizens in that countries. So I think the most important that the China is developing is very highly for many years, for many past year. I think that is they can provide everything for their country. They can plant food, right? They can product car or uh, or electricity equipment, everything they can provide. So China can provide to their citizens. So this is their strength. This is their strength. I think so, and I think Donald Trump want to make America rid away by that way.
But you'll notice that if Biden gets elected, then it's all about terrorism. It's all about socialism. That's all it's about. Because I believe that Trump supporters who try to vote and they try to vote in person, they get scared off. So he may lose a portion of his votes because they're scared to show up. I believe that if they do show up in person, they shouldn't wear Trump regalia. Don't wear the propaganda. Don't wear the Trump propaganda. Just go in there as plain clothes and don't talk about who you're voting for. I think that's how Trump supporters can actually just vote without being threatened again. Because that's what's going on. You wearing a red shirt, it's like Bloods and Crips. People think you're part of that group and they start attacking you.
Yeah.
Oh my God, man. Other than that, the country will go down in history if Joe Biden gets elected. It's that simple. There's a lot of intelligent people out there who are more likely on the Republican side, but I know who's on the Democratic side who they don't care. They just want handouts. That's all it is. But other than that, it's nice talking to you, of course. Is there anything else you'd like to talk about?
Yeah, I just want to talk about the culture shock. Culture or culture. So sometimes I confuse in pronounce this word culture or culture. I don't know. Culture.
Coach.
Culture.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so culture. So I just want to ask you, when you so you are American, and when you travel in other city in America, so is there something that shock you when you travel to other cities just inside America?
Well, I haven't traveled anywhere lately, but I think I'm planning on going to New York this November. But I get kind of scared because I don't want to get attacked because of these violent terrorists. Okay.
Yeah.
They may look at my car and say, "Oh, you're a Trump supporter." I said, "I ain't got no kind of advertisement on my car saying I'm Trump supporter. I don't want to get caught up in none of these riots. Because
Yes.
riots are caused because of Democrat. They wear their hearts on their sleeve. They're emotional, and they start rallying up. Okay, the Antifas and all that. I don't have no time for that because me, I'll take a baseball bat and start swinging. That's all I care about. Okay,
Yes.
I
So
told you that.
So as I read the news on the paper, or I saw on the internet, I saw many cases like there are some family, they have children, they maybe have one or more children, but they don't buy any house in America. They just buy a car and they create it to become a house, and they will drive the whole family from from this places to another places. But I
Yeah,
do
yeah.
not.
When you come into America, the best thing you can get in America is a car. You're renting. Everybody's renting. It's far more efficient to rent because if you're a male, it's dangerous to own big property in America, especially if you want to get married or you want to have relationships. It's not wise because the woman will go to court and get that. They get it from you. Okay, it's called the dowry. You know how that works. You get married to a female, you want to share your stuff, and then she want to run to the court. Nah, nah, nah. It don't work that way. It's better to just have a car. They won't take that property from you. They won't take your car from you. The car is in your name. Okay, so you're gonna have to get everything in your name and try to stay away from big houses and making a family in America. It's not a good thing for a good man. Okay, this just not just stay away from it. So if you're an individual coming from another country, come into America, stay away from the women, please. Focus on yourself and your business, and also help other men because there's more men who are still virgins in America than women, hands down. Okay, so you may think that America's full of sex addicts, which it is, but there's a portion of men that are left out, and women are getting everything. They're just gobbling everything up. Okay.
Yes. So actually, I just want to, I'm curious and I want to ask you. So I know there are many nationality are living in America. So in your eyes, in your side, so what type of women or what nationality of women that you prefer to love? Maybe women from Asian, from Japan, from China, or from any countries that you really want to love? Something
Well,
like this.
I've already encountered two virgins already from Nigeria and Sierra Leone. I like darker skinned females, shorter females because of their exotic color. Okay. I don't care about the personalities as long as they're somewhat spiritual and they are spontaneous with personality. Like they like to do things what you like to do. They have hobbies. And if they don't like doing things that you like to do, what are you using her for? What do you need her for? Okay. As long as the female is intelligent or spiritual or flexible or just not boring. And then, because if she's boring, I'm going to get another wife because I'm alpha. I'm going to tell you if you're my woman or something, I'm going to say, hey, let's liven this up. I need another wife to join because polygyny is the key for happier relationships. But women don't understand this because they have not been taught properly by proper father figures. I'm an alpha male. I usually tell women what I would like for it to happen, and you will be happy. I tell her that because I'm an honest male. Most men can't do what I do. If you're an ordinary male, you come into America, what type of woman would you like? What race of woman are you attracted to?
So I think I'm interested in women who can cook and who can take care our kids. But the first thing I just would like she can cook for me. Not even the whole, not even every meal in every day.
Do
The,
women in your country cook? Can they cook? Most of them?
most of them can cook. This is
No,
just
not in America.
traditional.
In America, women don't cook. They're not excellent cookers. You got to cook for yourself.
They don't cook. Who will cook in our home? You.
I have to cook and teach my wife how to cook because she's from Ethiopia. Okay,
Oh,
so you see, there's different types of ways to. So if you come into my country, there's a whole new way of cooking. You got to be re-educated because the food is more tastier because there's more preservatives in the food. Everything has to be tender. It has to be roasted. There's a lot of technical terms of how I'm cooking. My daughter can tell the difference between Ethiopian cooking and American cooking. And American cooking, I could cook your style of food way better than the way you cook your food in your country. How about that? Okay.
yeah.
See, I can take your same style of food, bring it to America. I told my wife this. I said, I said, your food is chewy and it got some good flavor to it. But bring it over to America. They will make it even more tastier. I can't describe. It evolves. You understand what I'm saying? It becomes more alive. Like, oh, this is way better. You added something. You added this. You did this to it. That's American. I'm a chef. I consider myself a chef. Okay. I
Yeah.
had to teach my wife how to roast foods and how the oil has to be at certain temperatures. And real technical. If you make it this way, it tastes better. When I took my wife for the Ethiopian restaurant in Oakland, Tanis, it's called Tanis restaurant, Ethiopian lean cuisine style restaurant, Ethiopian. Okay, they even got your type of food in America. Vietnamese, they got that. They got Greek, they got Swahili, they got Italian, they have Indian. Okay, and what happens is that their food is it supersedes the taste from your country. When I go there, it's either too spicy or it's too chewy. It has to be the right touch. But trust me, if you come to America, you have to re-educate yourself. you know.
Yeah. There I know that I can find any kind of food in America. The American food, even Italian or Chinese or Japanese or even Indian. I saw there many
Yeah,
kind of
yeah. When I traveled to Ethiopia, I had to show her how to cook. Okay. And so when I showed her, she made it pretty good. Everybody has a certain type of cooking style. Okay. And it's pretty
yeah.
interesting because I teach her over there in Ethiopia, and then the food would come out even tasty too. And I was like, damn, how you make it like this? Because she cooks it differently. No,
Yeah.
I showed her how to cook, but everybody has a certain touch when they make food. Okay.
So in my country, in many previous generation, so most people will think cooking is responsibility of women. Yes, and in that
Yeah,
time,
they say that, but women don't cook in America.
yeah,
From
yes,
most of the hundreds of women I talk to, some of them know how to cook. Yeah, I learned from some women, but most don't know how to. They'll microwave it. They don't. They do shortcuts, hot pockets. They do not cook. And I'm like,
yeah.
I'm in your house, and I'm like, Jesus Christ, man, I can't live with you. No, no. That's one quality that most women don't have in America, by fact. Okay,
Wow. Yes.
which is sad though. It's sad.
But I'm curious if women in America they can cook. So it means they will go out. They will go out for eating for every meal every day.
Yeah, that's the problem with most of the women when they're single mothers, they're usually overweight. And
Yeah.
from my experiences, when they're overweight, they sit on their butt too much. You know, they like to go out to McDonald's and Wendy's. They spend exaggerate amount of money on fast foods. And I said, stop doing that. Say you save money by cooking in the house. They just don't want to listen. They don't want to listen to me. Stop going out all of the time. I know the food is good, but it's expensive. It gets expensive going out to eat something all the time. To a McDonald's. Okay. Yeah.
So yeah. So as I have a comparison, if I eat in restaurant in Europe or American, it's very expensive. Then you go to supermarket or grocery and buy something and cook by yourself. It's very
Yes.
expensive.
Yes. It's very convenient to just make it yourself. And it tastes better too. What my hamburgers are 10 times better than Burger King and McDonald's. My burgers are my pork burgers and no
Yeah.
pork like hamburgers. I don't eat cow anymore. I don't eat the cow out here. The beef tastes different. So I eat pork, and pork has a more tender taste to it. It has flavor to it. You add an egg to it, and you add some green pepper, red pepper, and onions, and some seasons, and you put it in a cast iron. Oh my God, nobody can beat my burger. And when people eat my food, I'm like, yo, what you learn? I say, hey man, I just experiment. It's called experimentation. Experiment.
Yeah. Oh, it's very, it's
Yeah,
very
they got sushi out
okay.
here too. They got sushi. They got roasted sushi. They got garlic butter sushi. There's so many varieties of food in America. It's just impossible to eat them all because you got to travel, okay, just to go to them areas. Some areas, everything is nearby. Everything is nearby, and especially depending on what city you go to or state, it's even closer. Okay, especially New York. Okay,
Yes.
Chinatown.
Yes. And and so I just curious about the wedding, about the marriage marriage age in America. So majority people will marriage when they get some when they how old they how can I express in English. So for example in my
When they get
country,
engaged,
they get
engaged.
yes engaged get it, wedding engaged in. So when do they often get married in American when how old they are when for example in my countries almost women will get married about 26 years old up to yes and for men they recommend should get married don't exceed 35 years old so yeah
What is
I
the
don't know.
age? The age bracket in America varies from, I don't know the statistics about the age bracket, but lots of times women are usually before the age of 30. They get married to someone who they feel that they think is alpha, but they'll get trapped. They usually marry because of two reasons: wealth, security, and looks. Okay. The wealth, security, and looks. Wealth overrides everything. Okay.
Well,
And then if you don't have wealth, they go for your looks. Okay, and that's how they get their security. It's mainly those two things, looks and money. Okay, and that's why it's not recommended to get married, because you'll be wasting money. The more money you put down into an engagement or a wedding, the more likely your relationship is not going to last. Okay,
yeah.
statistically. Okay, you'll lose in the court. When she wants to get tired, she's going to go to the court, man. So marriage is not a wise decision. Marriage should be abolished. It should be, because it doesn't benefit men at all. Okay.
So, do you think a man should marry or not, or they can live
You can
alone?
have a ceremony, but don't get married through the state. The difference between getting married in a ceremony is completely different from marriage through the government or a state. You get an official papers. Those official papers mean that you're technically married, which is only means, what does it mean? You get more taxes, you may get some kind of boost, but not a big boost. There is no great benefit to getting married. Just a piece of paper. That piece of paper can destroy your life. And on top of that, how about this? Let me tell you something here, man. You could not be married and having her live with you, and you can lose your house. So, see? So now
Yeah.
you got to be careful of living, shacking up with a female, and you have your name on the lease. There's a chance you could lose your house. And I've heard about this, and I was shocked. I'm freaking shocked at how a man can lose his house and he ain't even married to the woman.
Really? I can lose a house when I get married in America?
You don't even need to get married no more. You could just let a woman live with you, and you can have kids. If she calls the police on you, they would move you out of that house.
What?
And on top of that, I have to warn everybody too. Sugar daddies can be sued too. Let's say you're just off the street. Okay, you're paying for prostitution. You've been a regular. You've been a regular person paying her a certain amount of money, and she can show that she was living off your money. If she wants to end up suing you, even though you're a sugar daddy is someone who pays for sex. You pay for services. Even if you're paying her and she has documentation and proof, you can pay her for the rest of your life.
Wow. It's so
Terrible,
very,
isn't it?
it's so very dangerous and terrible in married.
And let me tell you something too. Women are making it harder to work with. So let's say you're a boss at a job, right?
Yes.
And you hire a female. Now, this female is a feminist, and she says you touched her. Guess who's going to get in trouble? There's no evidence. Guess who's going to get in trouble? You're going to get in trouble. It doesn't matter. Sorry. She just happened to say, I want some of that money. And this is what I teach men. It's best to just go to a hotel. It's best to keep the way. I tell my friend Chuck, just keep women away from your home. Okay? Never own a house. And then invite her to stay. If she knows your real name, you're in trouble. Okay?
Yeah. And do you think it is necessary to have a kid when you get married,
Well, the
or
thing is that
maybe not?
the things with kids is simple. You file all the paperwork. You don't need to put her name on the birth certificate, but the hospital may do that for her. And then you're gonna have to tell them, there are ways, loopholes, but you got to make sure she's not living with you, because if you took the kid and she got a place to stay, you're in trouble. If the kid is over your house, then that's good. But you can't be having her living with you. You got to take the child to your secret dominion or visit her house where she's going at, because it's very dangerous for good men to have relationships, especially with kids attached. because they can sue you for child support. Women can sue you for child support, even though you are the head. Okay. Spousal, you don't get, see, spousal support don't work if you're not married. Okay. But
Yeah.
that's why I say don't get, you'll get alimony charged on you. You'll get spousal support. If you get married, you got to sign a prenup. You know what a prenuptial agreement is? Prenuptial agreement. A prenup is protects you from your property getting taken by her. Okay. If you get married to a female, you fill out the prenup. She has to agree to it. And most of the time, they will not. Okay. So a prenup protects your property from being lost by her if she wants to change your mind. Okay.
Yeah. You know, now I'm still single, and there are a lot of people who are my friend or my cousins. They ask me a lot why I am why do I not get married, something like this. And you know, sometimes they may be suspicious. They are suspicious about my sexual. Yeah, maybe
Your
I'm a,
sexual preference is none of their business.
yes, yes, something like this. I I don't know how can I explain to them to understand, but sometimes I so for this moment I can find a woman that I want to live with her forever, something like this. And I also actually I don't want to have a kid because I'm afraid of I can take care of them very well because sometimes I was too busy if I go to work, uh, and I just imagine something very negative in my mind. Maybe I will die in the future, and who will take care of my look for the next time, something
Yeah,
like this.
the thing is with children that you can benefit greatly if you have children in America. But if I were to go to your country, I would be more safer. Okay, because I have my own income separate from your country, and they can't take my dowry or anything. But I don't marry. Don't believe in marriage. You can believe in ceremonies, but living with a female can be dangerous in America. Now, in your country, may be different. You understand?
Yeah,
Okay, you're going in your country. You know, I could look around. It's easy. It's easy. It will be easy for me to find a mate for you if you just basically, be open. But other than that, it's best to not tell a woman all your income sources. Don't give her, if you're working, don't give her a phone. Okay, don't give her some way she can communicate through the outside world. Give her something like YouTube or something, but don't, because Facebook destroys a lot of relationships in America. Facebook
yeah,
and social media is the number one thing that destroys marriages. Okay, and in your
yeah,
country, okay, make sure that woman is a virgin and she's living with her parents, because you may have a chance of having a stable relationship if she has her parents. Okay,
yeah,
but just be careful not to exploit yourself too much by showing your wealth. This is my wealth. I'm working at this company. I've been working at this company for over 10 years. If you say that, they're going to think money. And I'd rather wait many years to meet a woman overseas who's a virgin than to go running anywhere to a female who is not a virgin. Okay?
yeah.
The female is not a virgin. She's a no-go. Always ask a woman if she's a virgin and be sure that she's still living with her parents. There is a way, a scientific way to tell if she's a virgin. There is a way. First of all, you're not getting in on the first day. Number two, she's going to bleed like crazy and it's going to hurt like crazy. Okay, those are three things. It's not easy. Okay, as you met a virgin, it ain't easy. Okay, to get in on the
Yeah.
first day, just be patient and just focus on your spirituality and your education, which is the most important thing to do in another country. Do not shack up with women, especially if you know they can take you to court. Okay, so that's a big advice for all guys.
You know, responsibility of man in my country is very heavy. I need to say very, very heavy responsibility because because in the past, majority people will think if you if I am a man when I married, I need to earn money to feed every member in that family, and if I can buy a house or a car for my family, it means um, I'm very
It's a
inner.
great responsibility. Yeah, yeah, it's a job. Women
Yes,
don't appreciate that though. So be careful. Over time, she depreciates while your value goes up. Your value goes up, but her value goes down. She may become lazy. She might not respect you as much. There's a lot of things worrying about that. It's running on a lot. So it's up to you if you want that decision. I have two daughters, but I set in plans so my wife can't take full advantage of me. The system can't take full advantage of me. So I got things in place. You know, I waited for my wife for over 5 years. 5 years
yeah.
communicating with her. But then I brought her back into America. She changed. She changed. And that was wrong to her. So now she's about to be put out. She better not lose her job.
Oh,
If she lose her job, I can't help her. I'm not filling out no applications. I'm just say you're gonna lose your phone anyway. It doesn't matter. I got things set up. And you gotta think like 10 steps ahead, like 5 steps, 5 to 10. If you don't think like that, you're risking your life. You're taking a chance, okay? Especially
yeah,
in America, okay?
yeah. For me, it's hard to build a stable relationship with any woman. It's really hard to build relationship for a long time because their mind or our thinking will change every single time. So we today they can say love me, but maybe tomorrow when they wake up, it may be changed, something like this. So
It will
actually,
change. It will most 70% of likely it will change. But the good
yeah,
thing is that if you do manage to have a child, that child would see the evilness of that female. So if you do have a child, understand, make sure you have custody, okay, legal custody, and your child will see the darkness of your woman that you was dealing with. Remember that. I'm good with kids. I don't do no manipulation. I said, hey, if you feel they want to be evil, I don't want nothing to do with them. I give my children the best love of all, and I am the best father. Okay, but if
yeah.
I were to die, they would know me as a great dad because they don't see nothing wrong. I do everything for my daughters.
Mr. Mandel, so as I know, there are a lot of people in America. So if they don't want to marry, and I wonder they maybe feel lonely when they retire, when they get older, right? If they don't get married. So do you think
Well, listen
it
how to this. If you got a lot of money, it's best to go overseas.
wow,
Right? In America, smart individuals. See, even Donald Trump did it. He went to overseas to get his wife, Valunka. He got his wives are foreign. He's smart. I said, yo, you got all these women from foreign countries. I said, yo, see, you get money, you travel overseas. You won't get all them problems through divorce. You won't get all that. Okay, so if you're in America and you make it, travel overseas. Find women who are willing to accept your seed, and then help them out. Okay, help them out if you can. Bring the kids back to America. Okay, bring the kids.
yeah.
That's what I do. Bring the kids back to America. If you get the kids into America, oh my God. Okay, so that's money in the bank in the future. But men who are wise, they go overseas for their love. Men
But
who are foolish,
yeah,
they get married. They do all this stupid shit. Okay, stupid shit. Yeah.
but I'm just afraid if I don't get married, and when I get older, I might feel lonely. Even I have, even I have a lot of money, but when they look as a family, they have a member and they get together, but I have only myself. So I'm just afraid in the future I will be lonely if I don't
Well,
get
how about
married.
how about this? How about this? Before I met my wife when I was like 31. Think about it. I lost my virginity when I was 31. Think about that. How old are you now?
31.
How old? How old are you now?
33. I'm
You
33.
33?
Yes, I'm
Okay.
33.
By the age of 50, before age of 50, I'm sure you will meet someone. Okay. You
Before
will meet someone
50.
50 years old. Just take care of your health. Do not worry about relationship. I guarantee you, if you
Yeah,
keep your weight up, you keep your health up, your magic number is 50 because lots of guys who usually meet women after 30, they usually succeed. It's usually the right time. But if you do meet her in your country after 30 and she's 30, the older she is, the better. She's not likely to cheat. See?
yeah,
And on top of that, don't worry about being ever lonely. You have friends like me and other people to talk to. Keep yourself busy. I used to
yeah.
be in the street. Let me tell you a story here. I used to be homeless for 2 years in the street, man. I
You
was homeless for two
used to be
years,
a
man.
homeless 2 years ago,
No, no, not 2 years ago, but many years ago.
or many
Many
years ago.
years ago, I used to be homeless. I was in the streets for like 2 years. No one came to my help. I
Yeah,
lived in my car. I had a car at that time, but that's the biggest thing you can get in America. Get a car, pay down payments for it, pay your car because you could go anywhere.
yeah,
Okay. And I had a spare tire just in case if I had a flat tire, I had a spare battery. Okay. And that's all you really need. You could travel and you can meet people. But other than that, loneliness is something that you just have to get over and focus on because loneliness can actually help you educate yourself and become smarter. Okay. Keep yourself distracted though, because you can get depressed, but you don't want to be a statistic. In China, they killing themselves over there. The number one race that's killing themselves are Orientals over in China. The suicide rate is too high. And I don't like to hear about that. You're shocked up in a room and they can't find a relationship. They're gamers over there, but they just too lonely. They procreate very quickly. Okay, they're overpopulating over there. Actually, in America, Caucasians kill themselves, and they're white. Okay, think about that. Okay, they kill themselves more than any other race too. And
yeah,
so don't commit. Just give it some time. Give it time. Okay, give it time that, and you will find that perfect one. If you put your face on a dating site, you may find her. Okay, she might not be a virgin though. Me, I'd rather be alone for the rest of my life. I will never deal. I will if she once she. I don't give a fuck how old she is. Once she tells me she's not a virgin, it's a turn off for me. I don't care who she is. Okay,
yeah,
I made my mind in stone. Like I would never ever get in a relationship with a female who already had sex. It's not my cup of tea.
yeah.
But other
So
than that, go ahead.
yes, so you used to homeless. So where can take a bath when you don't have a house where you can take a bath or where you can cooking? Where did
Well,
you can?
basically, there's homeless shelters in which you can go. And they feed you. In America, there's homeless shelters, and they feed you well, depending on where you go, and they will feed you. You will never go hungry. It's just that you got to provide your own shelter if you don't have a car. And this is a problem in America because America has a lot of wealthy people and nobody's giving to the homeless. And every time I see someone homeless, I get mad at the wealthy. See, and I have a right to feel. I'm like, yo, you got all this money, but you can't donate to each country. Each state. There's 50 states, right? If there should be an allotment of money that goes to each 50 states to keep and staff off homelessness, there should be. But I
Yeah,
do see homeless in the street, and I'm like, this is preposterous. This should never happen. This should never happen. This should never be homelessness in America. But it is,
yeah,
okay? And it's mostly predominantly what race? What sex? Males. The guys are homeless.
yeah.
3 times more than women. 3 times more. It's men in the streets. But of course, it's nice talking with you. Thank you very much. It's about 54 minutes now. Nice
Yes,
conversation, man. I'm glad you
yes,
pop up in here. I may do another stream tomorrow because I may have something interesting to talk about, but it's up to you. And if you get in touch with me, I will do another stream tomorrow night. My streams
Yes.
have changed to Monday night and Tuesday nights. But
Yes.
of course, thank you very much, everyone, for listening. And of course, you have a good night and be safe. You can talk to me in the inbox too. Okay.
Yes. Thank you, Mr. Mandel. Yes.
Yeah, you're never alone. You are never alone. Remember that. Someone is out there more lonelier than you. So be careful. Okay. Just don't waste
Yes.
your life like I'm done. I'm tired of being alone because I'm alone right now. My kids are always with my wife.
Yeah.
Okay. But they only with me for 5 days, for 5 hours a week.
Yeah.
5 days, Monday through Friday, 5 hours, 5
5 hours.
to 10, 5 to 10 p.m. And I take them back home to mama.
Yes.
Okay.
So, excuse me, Mr. Mandel, I just have one more question. Do you often argue with your wife or just live in peace?
Well, I live in peace now because when I was living with her, she just couldn't keep the house clean.
Yeah. Okay.
It's like
Yes.
everything's fine. When she kept walking on the floor, that's a pet peeve. I can't stand dirtiness. It's more important than sex. If the house is dirty, I'm done with sex. I cannot be sexually active. And also she's stupid. So she didn't like playing games. She was just dumb. Okay. I'd say, hey, why don't you learn to have a conversation? You'll learn, you know what I'm talking about. After a while, you get tired. Sex is not everything. You want different things to do, right? With a woman, right?
Yes.
So you don't want her to be boring. Okay. She didn't want to I like to play video games. I like to go out and play sports. I'm an active person, mentally and physically. She didn't want to do none of those things. All right.
Yeah.
You don't want to be bored, right? So that's a work, that's a job.
Yeah.
And I got tired of it.
Yes.
And I ended up choking her with a rope. Okay.
Yeah.
I choked
Thanks
her
for
with a
your
rope.
sharing.
So I'm just joking around. But
Yes.
she got tired of me and she just, wanted to call the lies on the cops. Okay, so I'm out. Look what I got though. She put me in the street, but then I got this apartment. Now
Yeah.
my house, you know how clean my place is? See, that's her loss, not mine.
Yes. It's good to have a woman who's beside you.
Not really, not really. After a while, you may get tired of her. Okay.
Yeah.
It's just
Yes.
temporary. Trust me, sex don't last that long, man. You may
Yeah.
get tired of it and say, and no, there's other things to do in life rather than sex.
Yeah. That's right. Thank you, Mr. Mandel, for this live stream.
Yes, we will do this again. And if you next time when we come on, you can look up things to talk about and any type of topic you want to talk about, I'll be here. Okay.
Yeah.
And you
Yes.
have a good night and be safe from this COVID now. All
Yeah.
right.
Thank you, Mr. Mandel. Goodbye.
Bye bye, everyone. Good night.